Suspended above the center of the ring by silk ropes, the elf wears a dazzling suit of diamond-paned mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. His scepter is topped with a spinning vane. Welcome one and all to this evening's extravaganza. I am Mr. Light. Prepare to be delighted. And the place explodes with activity as several different acts start happening in synchronized fashion. You see acrobats and streamers and clowns and fire breathers. There is a bit of an impromptu parade across the center of the big top. Near the end of the show, Mr. Light asks if there are any guests who would like to perform their own acts for the crowd.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Picturing Michael McKean from that one episode of Voyager. I don't know why.
Do I get the idea that, like, a caricature would be a good act?
So, now this is important, are you going to participate individually or as a group?
If I am painting people's pictures, it's individual.
Yeah, I think my act is individual as well.
Okay.
But it requires audience participation.
So, you're going to get are you going to ask, like, random NPCs to participate, or one of your party members?
It doesn't matter. I mean, if one of my party members wants to help.
I don't.
Sure.
I can't think of what I would do for an act, so.
Likewise.
All right. So
I picture Turvum just, like, rolls out a stump and smashes watermelons like Gallagher.
That's good.
So Turvum is deciding to sit out.
I will help you volunteer if needed, but I will not be. But I don't have a good act I can think of.
Yeah, sure.
Besides, I've still got a bit of a tummy ache.
All right. So I need a. I will let the three of you make a. So I need Leonardo to make me a performance check.
Can I do painter's tools instead?
Like, how would you explain
painting,
explain to me how this is a circus act?
Well, I mean, it's something you do at a carnival or a fair. Like, you paint pictures of people.
That's happening outside. This is the time for, like, circus acts.
Dude, you're in the big top now, fella.
Yeah.
I was gonna draw really big pictures.
If you start doing that, I will start booing you off the stage.
Well, I'm not gonna do it on the stage. No, don't be ridiculous.
That's where the acts are done.
Yeah.
Can I apply sleight of hand to do some sort of, like, magic trickery? Just something really brief or quick. I'll do that.
All right. Make me a performance check. The three of you, I will let one of you make a performance check, whoever is the highest.
Okay, 14.
And you can make it an advantage. Actually, no, Miss Fitzbiggins is the main attraction in this. Miss Fitzbiggins, make me a performance check at advantage.
Okay. I'm bad at this, by the way. That's a 4.
All right.
I have no sense of
At advantage,
whatsoever.
you got a 4?
Oh, I didn't roll at advantage. I'm sorry. I forgot the thing he told me 6 seconds ago. That's slightly better. That's an 11.
An 11? Okay. What did Leonardo get?
I have 14.
A 14. All right. That is the DC.
Oh,
So-
I was happy with it. So.
Mrs. Fitzbiggins, you're promptly booed off the stage for, like, getting up there and be like, well, I can cast magic. Look at this, you plebs. And then, boo, you suck and should feel bad.
Wow.
But Leonardo gets up there and...
I didn't even say what my act was. I just stepped up on stage. That was enough for them. They're just racist against rabbit
Ooh,
people.
we hate rabbits.
Your magic is bad and you should feel bad.
And you should taste bad, but you're a rabbit, so that's false.
Leonardo gets on stage and just starts using his magic and his paintbrush, which is his spell focus, and he starts painting colors in the air using his fey magic, and I guess causes it to swirl and look nice, and just really catches the attention of the crowd, and you get a modest cheer. I wouldn't say that like you caused the rafters to fall down, but you definitely impressed the people that are watching.
I'm gonna say that my finale for that was I tried to like make a caricature of Mr. Light, and it looked kind of like him. And
yeah, and then Mr. Light comes down out of the ceiling. He just drops out of the sky, lands in front of you, gives you a small clap, and
I present both, and then leave.
And then a raucous cheer goes up.
Remember, if Queen Brawny is not impressed, we get to try again as much as we want.
Oh, good point.
Oops. Many oops.
And for succeeding in that check, you raise the mood of the carnival by 1 point. If you had succeeded in that group check, it would have went up 3.
Yeah, but why would we cooperate?
And Mr. Light gives Leonardo a wink, and then proceeds to disappear from the stage in a puff of smoke. And I'll just leave Mr. Light over here.
Yeah. Leonardo will bow and then exit stage right.
And after an hour, it is currently entering into the 5th hour of the carnival. As you are walking out of the big top, a hobgoblin in dungarees, wearing a pumpkin on his head, holding a book, walks up to you and says, "Management wants to see you."
Oh no, he's adorable.
That's not the word I would go with.
Do you not like Burley? You got something against
I
Burley?
love Burley.
Hobgoblin, I thought he was a bugbear.
He's a bugbear, yeah, bugbear. He's a bugbear wearing dungarees.
It's
Roz,
the
you
thumbs
got
up.
upset at
It's
your
the thumbs up
racism.
that wins me over.
Yeah,
That's not a thumbs up. That's a squirrel.
it is a squirrel.
Oh, it is. Even better.
Adorable.
He's going to eat that squirrel.
Follow me, he growls.
That wasn't a question, that was an order.
Yeah,
That
follow
seems
me. Management wants to see you.
Okay.
It's a squirrel named Blue.
No.
It's the same squirrel as before, but he won't
No, it's-
admit that.
Anyway, and he wanders around back over here.
Yep.
That's
And with a
what,
wave of his hand,
Yeah.
he creates a opening in a wall of thorns surrounding the staff area.
That's exactly what we want. So here we go.
You have any questions or
Wiggling.
anything you want to talk to about Burley? With Burley?
All we know
Nice
about
trousers.
Burley is that his brother Hurley is missing. But I'm still kind of reeling that somewhere out there was a bugbear mother that named her twins Hurley and Burley. So
Oh, they're stage names, right? Well,
I
Right.
have no idea. It does not indicate one way or the
right?
no, I'm assuming not.
No, I have no idea.
I think I'm going to table any discussions about Hurley until after we talk to the manager.
I don't want to make Burley
Yeah.
upset in any way.
Leonardo's going to compliment him on his bracers because they're the most garish thing he's wearing, and that immediately appeals to him.
He holds him up and says, and jangles him and says, "Thank you very much." He goes, "The carnival's mood is real good right now, and its bosses' spirits are high. I feel like we have that. The magic of this place tells me we have you to thank for that."
Oh, not me, surely. I mean, it was a collective effort.
So the bugbear leads you to a circle of wagons, and leaning against a particularly ostentatious wagon is going to be Brickroad's favorite NPC. Is an aging clown with a painted grin. He puffs on a bubble pipe and glares at you as the bugbear, ignoring the clown, opens the wagon door and ushers you inside. I'd like everybody to meet Thaco the clown.
I love that he's scowling.
Is he scowling because you have to do this absurd arithmetic combination to figure out if you hit or not?
It's not an absurd arithmetic combination.
Well, I mean, by today's standards. I can calculate a
It's
Thaco,
the
but, like,
exact same roll.
you have to subtract instead of add, and I hate it.
All right. So, as you enter the wagon, a flamboyant elf grins from ear to ear, who you recognize as Mr. Light. And then let me get Mr. Witch out here so you can see him. And he welcomes you as he sketches a theatrical bow. Please come in. It's a delight to meet you all. I am Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch. Mr. Witch is much bigger than Mr. Light. He's over here.
Oh yeah, see, Mr. Witch, that's more my speed right there. That's a man I can relate to.
He gestures to a stocky elf lounging on the bunk. Mr. Witch nods to you and doffs his top hat.
Leonardo immediately covets the top hat for his own attire.
That's not possible because that top hat is objectively fashionable.
Not with this scourge on it.
See, you're literally not allowed to covet that top hat.
I mean, he could covet it, but then he would have to come up with an entirely new outfit that totally doesn't go with it.
So
the remainder of his comments are things like, "Oh, he needs more roses."
What is your approach here?
Mrs.
Oh, by the way,
Fitzbiggins-
I guess I didn't bring out Kettlestein, the Warlock.
Mrs.
There's
Fitzbiggins
Kettlestein.
introduces herself politely but curtly and has many notes on the grossly unsafe states of their carnival. Just in the 4 hours we've been here, you would not believe the things we've seen.
Mr. Light basically does this exact motion that you see in this picture and goes, c'est la vie.
A man
What is
almost died on
What
the
is the-
Dragonfly
Wasn't
ride.
that bad? We stopped that.
What's the price of fun? Mr. Witch closes his pocket watch that glows with an unearthly light and says, "Yes."
I tell them that a man wandered into the magic mirror and disappeared.
They look at each other, and the smile immediately. So Mr. Light goes from this to this immediately. He basically goes from here to here. Like he loses his smile in an instant, and they look at each other, and they go, "Well, the wheel of time turns ever on. What's lost is lost, and what's lost is lost. What's gone is gone."
There are like a half dozen abandoned children whose parents are probably nowhere to be found.
This...
3.
Ah...
There was 3 children.
We don't know that, Mrs. Fitzbiggins. It is good. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm trying to turn this conversation around into something a little bit happier.
And Mr. Light appreciates that. He appreciates you. Thinks you're very handsome.
So we cannot appeal to these men's sense of responsibility very well.
They are the purveyors of a fey carnival.
Yeah. That doesn't mean I have to like it.
They are both chaotic good.
I am very disappointed in both of them.
Well, let's try to appeal to their emotional sensibilities, I guess.
How are you approaching this? Are you like?
This isn't actually the first time we've met.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to start. This is not our first time at the carnival. We came 8 years ago, perhaps a little bit underhandedly.
I thought you looked familiar, Mr. Witch says. And then again in unison they repeat that the wheel of time turns ever on. What's lost is lost. What's gone is gone.
Yes. We know about the Wheel of Time. But the wheel of time is currently stopped at this moment, and we'd like to know from here, is there anything we can do about what was lost?
Well, they tell you that there are forces at work on the other side that are entirely beyond their control. Again, you have not given them any reason. You have, how are you doing this? You're going to have to give them some kind of reason to talk to you. And you have already decided you're not going to steal from them.
Well, wait, they invited us back here. They wanted to talk to us.
Exactly. They wanted to talk to Leonardo about his performance, and then he immediately started asking about missing objects, and some uppity Haregon lady started talking about dosha violations.
Listen, someone
trying to find
somewhere
my notes.
will be held to account if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, we can talk about my performance later, but we've been interacting with the various. They're not patrons. They're the people working the stands and stuff, and we've heard some interesting things about someone named Zybilna.
And they both, Mr. Light and Mr. Witch, both look at each other again. But they exchange a glance, but bid you continue.
I don't know much about her. I'm much more fond of Titania myself. But it seems that there is something wrong with her. Maybe wrong is the wrong word. Unknown, perhaps. Anyway, we have reason to believe that perhaps our missing senses and sensibilities might be intertwined with this.
He goes, and then Mr. Light, he motions his weather vane at Mr. Witch, and Mr. Witch opens and closes his watch again. He goes, tell me what you know, and if you know enough, well, then that might change the conversation.
Do I get the sense that he would actually honor this deal?
Roll an insight check.
Oh, I'm famously good at these.
You're very good at these.
20 becomes 19.
You get the feeling, you sense that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are in a bad deal that they don't want to be in, and that if you offer them a way out of this mess, they will take it.
So they're in the same boat as I and the rest of the party are, it sounds like. I tell them everything I know.
Okay.
Which would be what I heard on the carousel and the conversation that presumably the party shared with me about someone overhearing that they had made a deal.
I've also seen Willy Wonka enough to know that we should tell these guys that the Kenku is planning to steal his weather vane.
Yes, we will mention that too. I don't have to be the only one talking here, but I have too many notes to just go through every bullet point.
All right. At that.
And then to end the conversation, I say, I mean, I'd be willing to work with you to get my... I mean, look at me.
You don't know that you...
I know what other people say about me. They're wrong, but look at me.
So, just to give me a bullet point of what you're, like, throwing in their face.
Okay.
You need to get... You get the sense that you have to pretend you're in court and that you're Phoenix Wright. You've got to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that these men are hiding something and you know what it is.
I know of the existence of 3 hags, Bavlorna Brightstraw, Indolin Moongrave, and I don't know where the third name is. They have split the domain of Zybilna among them as the Hourglass Coven. Hither, Thither, and Yon are the 3 domains. Presumably each rules over one of them. One is in a bamboo cabin in a swamp. One is in a mountaintop theater. Don't know the third one. Other than like a dollhouse, something like that. Somebody somebody shared a conversation between Light and Witch that somebody will discover them, and that they let the Hourglass Coven take over. Not our problem. What has I mean, time goes on. But from here, perhaps we can strike a deal and all get what we want.
Mr. Light lets out a breath and sits down on the edge of the wagon and lets out a deep breath. And Mr. Witch puts his pocket watch in his coat pocket. And they share one more last glance, and they nod their heads and say, all right. And then they explain to you what's going on. And they do confirm the land, their patron is Zybilna, the archfey in charge of the realm Prismir, and that she was overthrown by 3 hags, and that they are not the original owners of this carnival, and the hags know this, and they have used that knowledge to strong arm them into letting her take things from their carnival. However, they were able to exert some pressure back, and the thieves are only allowed to take. They're only allowed to rob people that entered the carnival without a ticket.
What about the people that disappear from the carnival, like the halfling that stepped into the mirror and vanished?
He goes, and Mr. Witch shakes his head and says, sometimes people make deals with the thieves. That is outside the purview of our deal. And
That seems
entirely
reasonable
on
enough.
entirely on the shoulders of the person who would be willing to listen to such a creature.
Didn't we hear something about the person with the pig mask earlier?
Oh, I'd forgotten all about that.
Ah, yeah, and then like when you ask about a person in a pig mask, Mr. Light speaks up and says, that is... He gives a disgusted look. He goes, that would be so pig. She is the agent for Bavlorna Blightstraw here in our carnival.
Out of curiosity, are there warning signs or anything up at the entryway of the carnival that explain that you might lose your soul if you talk to the wrong person and make a deal that you don't fully understand?
He goes, there's signs up that says entry without a ticket is strictly prohibited.
That's not what I asked, but I think I got the answer I was looking for.
He goes, there is a portal to Prismir on the premises. He tells you there's a one-way portal in the Hall of Illusions. It's one of the mirrors in there, and that all you have to do is either be accompanied by one of the thieves, of which there are 3. They don't go into any more greater detail than that. Or say the magic passphrase, basically.
Do they know the magic passphrase?
They do. Because remember, Prismir and Zybilna was their original patron. It is only a relatively recent development. A relative in the sense of, like, these are fake creatures whose time means nothing. that the Hourglass Coven has taken over the domain of Prismir. And they offer to open the way for you after the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch at the 8th hour of the bell. And they tell you that they will meet up with you later. So, real quick, do any of you want to do anything else in the carnival?
I want to fill my ticket.
You want to fill your ticket? Okay.
I was considering that as well. I'd like to actually make an active perception check right now. I realize that our Kinku friend might be invisible if they were spying on us, but I'd still like to make an active perception check. Specifically looking for my Kinku friend.
I wonder if Leonardo would think to detect magic here.
You do not see the
Probably
Kinku
not.
friend at all. The Kinku has gone for the day.
Huh.
Mrs. Fitzbiggin now has two objectives. The first is to get her sense of direction back, and the second is to shut down this dangerous carnival.
Well, the thing is like, do you say that out loud? Because like they'll respond, well, the carnival won't be dangerous once the hags are gone.
No, I don't say that out loud. That would be imprudent.
Like the carnival is only dangerous because there are 3 hags that are strong arming the owners.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not convinced by that. I think even with the hags out of the picture, they would still be running a ramshackle operation.
I think this could be the most above board carnival in the world, and Mrs. Fitzbiggin would think it was ramshackle.
Listen, I've been to some pretty below the board carnivals in my own life. Okay.
Most are, to be fair.
So, your ticket. So, in the sake of brevity, I will say that you can spend the rest of your ticket punches at the small stalls, and then to save the time for the crown until the crowning of the monarch, so we can get
That's
this
fair.
rolling.
Mhm.
And then
Sorry.
I just need basically pick a. There is 1 stall for each major stat. Pick a stat. Roll me a straight check. And
I'm gonna be like Cartman, where he has to do all the things at Casa Bonita in
Okay.
like 20 minutes. Or...
Oh,
I'll
it's
tell you
Bret
what,
Hart's cave.
I'll tell you
So-
what, you can't go to the same stall twice. So pick however
Okay.
many punches you have left. I think
I
almost
have
everybody should.
7.
Everybody should have 6. So I'll let you do 6.
Well, I've gone to multiple things that didn't get punched, but
Yeah, me
that's
too.
fine.
I've only punched
Yeah.
once.
I'm gonna do.
I will say
charisma.
that
Oh,
I will say there's time for you to visit each carnival game 1 time.
so should I just do all my stats then?
Yeah, just do all your stats. We'll start at the top. Who wants to go to the All Mirage ring toss? This All Mirage is no mirage. Adorn its horn with 2 or 3 rings to win a prize.
That sounds like Dex, and I know better.
Yes.
Well, the thing is I like, yeah.
We have time to
make
do
it-
all 6, so we might
Yeah,
as well.
you're doing all 6.
Mrs. Fitzbiggin will do the ring toss, but she won't enjoy it.
All right. I need dexterity checks.
I'm really hoping I roll a 1 here so I can say 0.
You get 3. You get 3 attempt. You get 3 rings.
Oh, 3 attempts.
Do you want the best of 3? Or all
No,
3?
no. I need to know what each number is. You're looking for a DC 17. Tell me how many passes you get.
Oh my god.
I have 0 passes.
Wow, I have 2 passes.
You know what? These
With
ring
my
toss
negative
games,
1 modifier, I passed twice.
this ring toss game, it's clearly rigged, and it's just more evidence that this carnival is not on the up and up.
As you watch 2 of your companions get 2 out of 3 and win a prize.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, no, I got 0 out of 3 there. That was kind of a bummer.
That one's got a really particularly high DC, so don't feel too bad.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what carnies are supposed to say.
When you're walking away, as you're approaching, they call out, "This one has a high DC. Roll a 17 or better."
You get a roll on the carnival. You both, the 2 winners, get a roll on the carnival prize. The carnival prizes list. Roll me a D8.
Do I roll once per success or just once?
Just once. If you had gotten all 3, you'd get 2 rolls on there.
5.
All right.
3.
All right, Raz. You win a replica unicorn horn filled with candy.
Not gonna lie, it's a
You could-
great price.
You win a packet of pixie dust. Pixie dust is a magic item that, as an action, you can sprinkle this dust on yourself or another creature, and the recipient gains a flying speed of 30 feet and the ability to hover for 1 minute.
That's incredible. I love
I
it.
feel like a lot of children are
That
just
sounds
winning
really
this
good.
prize and then hurting themselves.
If when the effect ends, you float safely to the ground.
Oh,
Is the unicorn horn filled with candy magical in any way, or just
It is not
magically
magical
delicious?
anyway. It's magically delicious. You can treat it as a Feywild trinket if you want.
Okay.
All right. Second game, catch a dragon by the tail. Prizes, prizes, prizes. Catch the fairy dragon by the tail and win a piece of its hoard. So I need
Yeah,
you.
sure. I'll do it.
All right. As you step up, they blindfold you, and and then there's like a giggling red fairy dragon that's fluttering around you. You have 3 chances to succeed a perception check.
A perception check.
Yep, your DC is 18. 3.
If I get any of these, I'll be
Pass.
amazed.
Fail.
I got 2
And
passes.
fail. I got 1 pass.
Nope.
Okay. McDohl, you succeeded on the first attempt.
Yep.
You get 2 rolls on the prize table. Error?
Yay!
For 1 pass on the first attempt.
Okay, you get 2 rolls on the prize table. Raz,
0.
you get nothing. Brickroad?
I passed my first and third attempts.
Okay, catching it only counts once, but you get 2 attempts. So I need D8s from all of you.
D8.
I got a 5 and 6.
All right, a 5 is the unicorn horn, and a 6
Yes!
is a single application of magic face paint. As an action, you can apply the face paint to yourself or another. The recipient gains the benefit of a disguise self spell that lasts for 1 hour. Or until you choose to end the effect. Error.
Wow.
You had 2.
5 and 2.
5 is the unicorn horn. 2 is a wooden wand with 8 charges. As an action, you can expend one of the wand's charges to cast the Prestidigitation cantrip. This wand does not recharge. All right, Brickroad.
I got a 2 and a 6.
You get the wooden wand with Prestidigitation, and a 6, a single application of magic face paint. All right. Next game, the Gnome Poetry Contest. Sound the chime, it's time to rhyme. You bring the poem, we'll bring the gnome.
Oh. That was rough.
All right, you get up there and you must outperform a gnome in a best of 5 poetry contest. You have 3 out of 5. You have to roll a DC 15 in 3 times out of 5 attempts. Charisma, performance.
I am terrible at these, but I'm still going to attempt it.
Right. Your DC is 15. 3 attempts is a good.
I'm looking for a 15.
Yep, looking for a 15.
I'm not even gonna give it a whirl because I'm not
missed
great
it by
kind of stuff.
1.
Oh,
That
you
gnome
held your own.
rhymed circles around me.
I failed my first 3 attempts, and charisma was one of my good scores.
I passed 1 and 3.
You're looking for 3 out of 5.
This gnome made a fool out of
Oh,
all of
okay.
us.
I failed the first 4 and then rolled a nat 20, which means nothing. Great success.
I passed 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
And
no,
that
I
ladder
passed 3
game
out of
that
5.
Mark Rober debunked that one time.
Did you succeed 3 times in a row without failing?
No. I
Okay.
did 1, 3, and 4.
You get 1 attempt. And McDohl, you're just sitting out on this one?
Yeah, I'm sitting out on this one.
All right. You get 1 prize check.
3.
You get a packet of pixie dust, which grants flying. All right.
What does
next
the
game.
magic face paint do?
It's disguise self.
And that doesn't
Alright.
have any
No.
unforeseen interactions because I have hair on my face?
No, none. All right. Next game. Goblin wrestling. Strong folks, test your mettle in a goblin wrestle.
This sounds more up my alley.
Okay, so a small participant has to pin an unarmed goblin, while a medium participant has to pin one goblin while wrestling 2 goblins. So basically, what that means is you need to make me an athletics check, strength athletics, against the number I roll. Brickroad, you got to beat a 15.
Because I think I'm small.
Right, that means
Yeah.
I'm not rolling at advantage.
Yeah, we're both small.
Raz, you got to beat a 6.
Oh, good. I have 9.
I got him. I got a 15.
Error, you got to beat a 19. McDohl, you got to beat a 6.
I did.
Those underhanded goblins.
All right, you get one. The ones that you won and roll on the price table.
8.
All right, 8 is a clown costume with fake butterfly wings. No, wait, that's wrong. Sorry, wrong chart. 8, a glove puppet in the shape of a wizard. As an action, you can move the puppet's arms to cast the minor illusion cantrip. This puppet has 3 uses.
Oh, how many charges did my wand have?
8.
8. Thank you.
And it does not recharge. And McDohl, what did you get?
7.
A cuddly toy spider. As an action, you can stroke the spider to gain the benefit of a spider climb spell that lasts for 1 hour.
I hate it.
Once used, the toy turns into a real spider and crawls.
I hate it.
That's the best one by far.
I hate it.
I don't know. The fly speed pixie dust is
That's
pretty good.
remarkably disturbing and awesome.
All right,
I
guess
hate
the.
spiders.
guess
Oh, I
the number-
had a 6. Sorry.
Yeah. Was that more than I told you to beat?
No, I won, but I rolled 6 on the prize
Oh.
table.
6. A single application of magic face paint. It's a disguise self spell. All right, next game. Guess the number of feathers. Birds of a feather. How about feathers of a bird? Step right up and guess how many feathers festoon on this fiendish fowl. So you get 3 tries to guess the number of feathers on on a group of caged cockatrices.
Oh my god.
You need to beat a DC. You get 3 attempts at a DC 18 intelligence check.
Do I hear them hissing?
Sure.
Oh, that's not good.
If you win, if 2 of the rolls are successful, excuse me, if you're successful in the first attempt, you get 2 rolls on the prize table.
I was successful on the second attempt.
It's 18.
What's
Yep.
the DC on it?
18.
I failed all 3.
I did not pass.
Succeeded on the final one.
Okay. Give me 1 prize check for both of you.
That's a number 3. I
Yes.
get more pixie dust.
I also got
Yep.
it. Oh, it's 3 pixie dust?
Yes, 3 is pixie dust.
And that's a fly speed of what?
30 feet. And here's the last game. Outstare the Cyclops. What do you do when the eye of the Cyclops falls upon you? You stare right back if you've got the stamina. So you have to outstare an illusory Cyclops. Whoever blinks first loses. I need a DC 14 Constitution check.
I'll do it.
How many checks do we get?
1 check.
Oh, boo. Okay.
Not. Nope.
Nope.
I last 3 seconds.
Nat 20.
Okay, you get 1 check on the prize table.
I was hoping to get a Seg and Candy unicorn horn so I could wear them like horns. Off the side.
And a
Never
6, so face paint for me.
Yep. Y'all got almost all of the... Y'all didn't get a trinket, and you didn't get a bottle of Witchlight wine.
Somebody got a trinket because the candy, the unicorn.
The
horn.
candy. I'm just choosing to say that you can be used as a trinket. Like, if you rolled a 1, you get to roll on the trinket table, which I'm not bothering with because I don't want to have another table up.
So Mrs.
Candy.
Fitzbiggins is just like holding all of her prizes in her arms, scowling like, well, that was an incredible waste of time.
Yeah, it's like I didn't get all these free, incredibly powerful magic items.
Yeah,
Gosh.
these are remarkably potent. Why are these prizes?
Because they
Alright.
delight children.
Very, very quickly, we're going to do the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch, which is the final event for this.
It's
As-
that's like 20 failures now, Brickroad. That's what I'm up to.
Yeah, I know.
And
it's-
we're going to do our best.
bizarre.
You good for like 10 more minutes, Error?
Oh, I can go till 6 Central.
Oh, okay. We're almost done. Most of the... So, at the midnight bell, the big top lights up once again, and you shuffle in, and spectators start taking their seats in the big top. Dialogorn, the Displacer Beast, starts walking on the stage as he escorts Mr. Witch from like up the ramp. And remember, Mr. Witch is this guy. Mr. Witch and Diarogrun, the Displacer Beast, stand on the sidelines next to Candlefoot as Mr. Light gives an opening speech and a monarch is selected. So, trying to gloss over this real quick. To kind of bring this to a close, we have Mr. Witch removes the crown, this crown of golden butterflies from a hat box with orange stripes and places it on Leonardo's head.
What?
And Leonardo is crowned the Witchlight Monarch. So they grab you up in the arms, lift you up on their shoulders. Mr. Light does, and they kind of escort Leonardo around the circuit of the stage while Palatia the mermaid starts singing a joyous song, and pixies flutter all around her. Candlelight is off on the side. He's the guy that held the hat box up for Mr. Witch to take the crown off.
Oh,
And
Leonardo will never take the crown off. It is the perfect accoutrement to his outfit.
when Palatia's songs concludes, Mr. Light leads them out through the big top, and then they do a full circuit of the carnival. Meanwhile, Dialgren escorts Mr. Witch while Mr. Light is leading the carnival. Mr. Witch goes back to he waits to the side and then ushers to the other three of you to meet him at the Hall of Illusions. And he says, Mr. Light will be along shortly.
I mean, I'm just surprised
I
we
don't
got
know
a
where my
moonlight
token
parade.
went.
We didn't even have to beat Lavos.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that.
Did our tokens disappear? We're gonna just go there, I assume.
Yeah, no, you're just going to go there. So after the parade, Mr. Light shows up, and they do... let me actually say if they take their crown back. Hold on.
That's very important to Leonardo. If not, he'll negotiate or persuade. At least until he gets what he's looking for and realizes, oh my god.
The Witchlight Monarch gains the following charm and instantly becomes aware of its benefits. You can sprout a pair of beautiful butterfly wings.
I instantly do that.
Hold on. As long as you have the wings, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed, and you gain +5 on all charisma-based ability checks. These effects last for 1 hour, and you can use this charm 3 times, at which point it vanishes.
Can you type that out for me after we're done? I don't want to delay things.
Right. No, you're fine. I can just do this.
Copy paste into the Flumph chat.
Well, they're not in the Flumph chat, but I sent it to him.
Ah.
We're not
And
part of the
you guys meet into the... they lead you deep into the place to a different mirror than the one you saw the gentleman miss into. And they say... I didn't mean to do that. As Mr. Witch and Light move through the Hall of Illusions, their reflections in the mirror show them as gloomy Shadar-Kai children, with your own youthful reflections following behind. Soon they call you to a halt. The mirrors now reflect everyone's true age. Mr. Witch addresses you in a hushed tone. Everything you seek and more lies beyond this mirror. If you mean to step through, then stand in front of the glass and repeat this rhyme. Hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, showed me where.
I'm waiting for Leonardo to repeat the rhyme.
I'm typing the rhyme so that I can remember it. Leonardo steps up to whatever mirror he's directed to and says, hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me there. Show me where. Oh, damn it.
He doesn't get to go now.
Like, it just suddenly, like, deadites appear everywhere because he...
Messed it up.
Yeah. Mist swirls in the mirror, blotting out your reflection. And the way is open.
I step through.
All right. I
Step
need to
through.
know what order everybody steps through.
I'll go
after
second.
him. Oh.
I will go third then.
I'll go last because I'm just. Otherwise, I won't know the way in.
Actually, I will after. I will shove Mrs. our rabbit friend in and go last.
As you go to step through, Turvum, Mr. Witch grabs your arm, and he looks you dead in the eye and says, "Mind the rule of 3, future, present, past." And then Light speaks up and says, "Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last." And then they push you through.
That I didn't get.
I can paste it. It's mind the rule of 3, future, present, past. Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last. And then
Got it.
you guys are now finding yourself
Play the Chrono Trigger main theme.
are you guys now and apparent. Hold on. I have a table for this, goddammit.
Do you?
Do you? Press X to doubt.
I guess I
Oh, this isn't the
deleted
first time he's sent players through a portal and sent them in days different
all right,
time periods.
All right. No, I can do this. Hold
We
on.
step through and immediately get hit by a Buick.
Ooh, wrong portal.
As you step through, you find yourself in the realm of Prismere. Where is this Prismere map? I know I have it. I'm prepared.
Very
You're
much
fine.
so.
You're fine.
You're supposed to have
Anyway-
your immigrant.com tag open at all times in case you need it.
Right. Hither.
And then we're supposed to ask you, how do you feel about Immiger?
Here we go. Here's the map I want. Save.
There's a formula to this show, Treble.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Are you?
A little bit.
You're doing great.
Hopefully this
Believe
is
me.
not horrendously squished the wrong way. It is. Well, this is Hither. And you
That's
guys
Hither.
appear you guys appear here on the Queen's Way. And from the distance and the swirly mists, you can see a tower. And where we'll leave it off is that as you guys are looking down to find a way off of this, it's a bridge. You see a balloon crash towards this tower, and that's where we'll pick up next time.
Now, you said crash into the tower?
Yeah, crash into the tower.
Somebody misused their scroll of Icarian flight,
Should have had some pixie dust from the carnival.
right?
Right? They were giving that stuff out like candy. They were giving it out with the candy.
Giving out with the candy. All right, and that concludes chapter 1 of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Hopefully everybody had fun.
Yeah.
We're not doing blips because this is not Raven Flumph, and I'm not I don't know.
Blips aren't a real thing in the Feywild.
Right, you go to the Feywild, all your blips disappear.
They're just ghosts.
Basically, inspiration anyway. We can't get it right now.
It's
Now,
true.
do we advance to level 3?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet.
No.
What? I'm just kidding.
But we played carnival games and yelled at a mermaid.
Well, you're supposed to start at level 1,
Oh.
and then you would reach level 2 when you go into enter Prismere when you enter Hither. And then I just went ahead and gave you that level early. Sorry.
Oh, that's,
So
that's
what's
fine.
funny is I was
To
going
be
to say,
fair, I would have won the cupcake eating contest at level 1. Just saying.
everything we did was worth at least 300 XP, and then I realized, oh, you need 600 to get to level 3. So it worked out.
So, next time we will explore Hither, the realm of Bavlorna Blightstraw.
Sure.
Who resides in one of these areas up here.
Ugh.
And
I guess is this creepy place on the middle of the lake over here?
so this map is not to scale. Obviously
There's a sea serpent with moose antlers.
yeah. And
Aw.
the art in this book is delightful. And the landmarks are not to scale. The map is not to scale. Although if I wasn't on a time crunch, one of the things that I would probably do. There's two things that I would do. We're not going to do. One, I would run a level 0 adventure where the PCs were children, and role play them getting their stuff stolen. That way, you could actually meet the thieves. Like I kind of like. There's a couple of times that you can meet Sopig, which is the ghoul, the ghoul in the pig mask. But there's not really any opportunity to meet the other two thieves unless if you follow the intended path of the story, which by the way you didn't follow. So like the intended path of the story is that you get Mr. Light's or Mr. Witch's attention, you meet them, they stonewall you, you leave. Burley says, "Hey, something's going on." They know more than they're saying, but they're good guys. I think they're being blackmailed. The only way we will get information out of them is if you have greater blackmail material, and the best way to do that is to steal Mr. Witch's watch. Because the carnival literally cannot function without the watch. And the carnival the watch is literally the magical item that like sets up and like packs up the carnival. So the entire carnival cannot function without the watch. So the idea he tries to convince you to like blackmail like his bosses into telling you this. And then if you catch Kettle Steam, then she tries to convince you to steal the Witchlight vein from Mr. Light.
I'm a little perturbed by how many wells are on this map.
I mean that's where the Sheikah stones are.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And
I mean, it's a swamp. There's already water everywhere.
the other thing that I would do if I were running this, and we had 36 weeks to do it, which is 32 weeks or whatever. I looked up the average completion time for this is. I would run this as a hex crawl. This map.
Yeah, I was thinking that this seems pretty hex crawly.
After 5 weeks of falling into wells, you're kind of over it though.
There's like its own there's this own encounter chart for this for this place.
All double deadly encounters, I've been told.
Most of them are not combat. The combat encounters in this are really difficult. But the if you had attacked Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, they would have destroyed you. Not so much like if you had fought Kettle Steam, or like actually, or decided you wanted to fight Candlefoot or Palacio or any of the other NPCs. Not so much.
Wait, who's gonna beat up the mime? Who are these players?
I don't know, but they have stat. He has a stat block.
Didn't you threaten to like hit him with a ruler or something?
I threatened to hit Kettlestein with my stick because she was a thief and she had almost killed a guy and she was running away.
I just moused over to the stream and I see you have that NPC is going to be important next time.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Yep. And that's all.
Excellent. Well, we'll see this guy next week then.
Hopefully.
Cheers, y'all.
Look,
Which guy? Candlefoot?
It's your long lost husband.